Welcome to Health Coach for Women. Intentional living for more happiness and fulfillment in your everyday life with your host, Marsha Roopchand-The. Join Marsha as she shares her own personal wellness journey, as well as stories from our guests that will enlighten and inspire you to move towards better health and happiness. Now, here's your host, Marsha Roopchand-The.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Health Coach for Women. Welcome to this podcast. This is a health and wellness podcast where I explore the latest in health and wellness trends to improve your overall health and well-being. Now, but first, I'd like for you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. See, I hate scripts. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Health Coach for Women, the health and wellness podcast where I explore the latest in health and wellness trends and provide expert insights on how to improve your overall health and well-being. Now, I'm your host, Marsha, and today I'll be talking to you about the ketogenic diet and its benefits for the brain. But first, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and be sure to hit the like button at the end of this episode. Okay, so introduction to the ketogenic diet. Before I do that, I do want to go ahead and mention quotes because you know I love quotes. I want to speak to you on something on procrastination. So don't let procrastination take over your life. Be brave and take risk. Your life is happening right now. So whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in life, don't be afraid to take risk, okay? Life is happening now. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to get started, okay? If you listen to my very first episode podcast, you'll hear the static. I mean, it wasn't clear, and I could have removed it. And I said, no, I'm not going to, because this is showing how when I started out, it wasn't all perfect. And even to this day, it's still not perfect. I'm trying to train myself how to use scripts to help me cover all the notes and everything that I want to cover. And sometimes it's hard because I'm so used to just pretty much going off of what's in my head and trying to remember and cover everything. So scripts, it's helpful. It's more beneficial, but at the same time, it is a challenge for me because I'm always trying to read the script, but at the same time, I want it to be a natural flow because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to a natural flow. Okay. So, but anyway, I digress. So back on track. Introduction to the ketogenic diet. All right. So let's talk about that. The keto diet, the ketogenic diet, also known as the keto diet, it's a high-fat, low-carbohydrate diet, and it has gained popularity in the recent years in areas of weight loss and health improvement. But did you know that the diet has also had some surprising benefits for cognitive health? All right, so the studies has been showing that it has some benefits for cognitive health. And what happens is, let me tell you what happens. With the keto diet, it forces the body to burn fat for fuel rather than the carbohydrates. So when this happens, the liver produces ketones, which are the molecules that the brain can use as an alternative source of energy. And this is important because the brain typically uses a low-carb diet. The brain can use ketones as an alternative, okay, rather than using the carbs. So I'll just share with you a brief story of mine. Before I knew anything about ketones, what I did was I love carbs. I still love carbs, but I know I can't eat a lot of carbs because of the weight, so to manage the weight. And so what I wanted to do at the same time, I believe I was fasting at that time. I think it was like 2 weeks in or so, 2 weeks or 3 weeks in. And I said I was only going to have just vegetables. vegetables, vegetables and fruits. And I would have that, and there was no meat. Okay. And the only meat that I did have was some fish, maybe some fish, but there was no meat, mostly just greens, leafy greens, and fruits. And so I was making a lot of smoothies and things like that, just eating healthier meals. And it wasn't until I took a photograph with my son and I actually took a look at the picture, and I saw my face was drawn in, it was real narrow. I'm like, oh, wow. It's like, I look really small in the face. So what happened was I got on the scale. Okay. I was at my mom's house and I got on the scale, and lo and behold, I lost about 10 pounds in about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks or so. And I was really surprised. I mean, because my focus wasn't on, for the purpose of losing weight or anything like that. It was just that I wanted to reduce my carb intake and to eat a little healthier. And that's when I realized that I lost the weight. So it definitely has benefits. Now, I don't know if I was eating all the keto friendly foods. I don't know, because I didn't know anything about a keto. And so I didn't pay attention to any of that. All I knew was that I just wanted to lose some weight. So, so that's what I did. And that's what happened. So now getting back to where I was now, the benefits of the ketogenic diet. One of the primary benefits of the diet is that it's the brain is its ability to improve cognitive function. Now, studies have shown that the diet can enhance memory, focus, and attention in adults with cognitive impairment. Additionally, the diet has been found to improve cognitive function in children with epilepsy as well as autism. Okay, so I found that information to be quite interesting. So there is some definitely concrete research studies on that. And so with that, would I suggest a ketogenic diet? I would say, yes, try it. But before you do anything, of course, I have to put that disclaimer out there. Before you do any diet, fasting, or anything, consult with your doctor first. Okay, just have to put that out there. Now, it has these neuroprotective benefits, the keto diet, right? And I know I was talking about whether you should do it or not, but I think I'm going to come back to that. It has another protective benefit, which is that neuroprotective benefit by doing the keto diet. And one of those things is its ability to protect the brain from damage, right? It has the ability, the sunlight is in my face. Okay, so the diet has been found to reduce inflammation in the brain and protect neuronal injury. Now, this may take the diet useful. It may make the diet useful in preventing or even treating those neurological disorders such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. Now, this is quite interesting. So, and I don't know much about Parkinson's other than it is neurological. I did watch something on Parkinson's not too long ago, and I found it to be quite interesting, because I did not know with Parkinson's, it can also show signs of where you would think the person may have Alzheimer's or dementia or something like that. But that's the progressive stage of Parkinson's. So I thought that was very interesting. And then they say if the hands move while the person is not in movement with their hands, such as eating or anything like that, if the hands is moving while it's at rest, that is a sign of Parkinson's. Now, I don't know. That was a video that I watched by a Parkinson, somebody who does doctor who's a neurological doctor or something like that. And that is what he mentioned. He provided great information. But anyway, so now with this keto diet, they're saying that it can actually treat or prevent with treating the neurological disorder. So I find that to be quite intriguing. And so there is some link here. Now, with Alzheimer's, what happens there in the brain, there are tax, Lord have mercy, there are plaques and tangles that develop in the brain, right? And with these proteins that's developed in the brain. And this is what is happening. So it has all this buildup of these plaques and tangles, proteins in the brain. And this is when you start to see these signs. Now, doctors are also saying that, people with Alzheimer's, it's there long before you're actually diagnosed with it. And so if we can start doing things now, maybe we can prevent that later on from occurring. Right, if we can start doing things like that now by either practicing a keto diet or taking in more turmeric, to improve brain health. There's studies on that as well, such as with turmeric that includes curcumin that helps prevent and fight these proteins. Right, it helps improve brain health as well as inflammation. As well as inflammation, turmeric. All right. So this is really interesting. So should you do now? This is what I wanted to talk about. So should you do the keto diet? Should you not do the keto diet? Is basically up to you. I say if you're going to do the keto diet and you're wanting to lose weight, if that's your only purpose, that's your choice. Everyone has the right to choose. I would say if you're going to do it, try your best to make it a lifestyle. Make it a lifestyle where you are it's not even in your mind, it's not even keto, in your brain, it's just like, okay, this is a new way of living that I want to live. So a low carb, high fat diet, of course, the good fats, of course. And start making those subtle changes, right? Start making those subtle changes in order to have those lasting results. So that's what I would say about if you wanted to do a keto diet. And I would say for the children who are suffering from the epilepsy and autism, I would definitely say you need to work on changing their diet. There's also studies that I've seen, and actually when I was in the field working with MRDD, that there was one child who was one MRDD patient that was experiencing several episodes of having seizures quite often. And he began to they began to give him the medical marijuana, and it reduced the episodes quite tremendously. So I don't know about what they did with his diet, but that I know that it helped. And so with autism, they're showing that recent studies with the keto, that it's been beneficial. And so do I believe that diet plays a role in all of these things when it comes to our health? Definitely 100%. That's my personal belief, because there is a connection, and studies have shown this as well. Studies have shown this as well, that there is a connection between gut health and brain health. Okay, so what we eat does matter. What we eat does matter. Sugar also plays a role, okay, also plays a role in developing the chances of having Alzheimer's or dementia. Sugar, and studies have shown that as well. So you need to do your due diligence and do what you feel is best for you. And that's what I would say on that. But just to wrap up, now the keto diet does have those surprising benefits and helping you to improve and protect the brain from damage. And they even reported improving your mental health. So they're trying to learn more. So more research is saying, they're saying more research is needed to fully understand the effects of the diet on the brain. But it's clear that the keto diet is a powerful tool for improving overall health. So keep in mind, it's always important to consult with your doctor and follow having a good, well, healthy, balanced diet. Again, turmeric, having turmeric shots or turmeric tea, you can buy the powder, the organic turmeric powder, which contains the curcumin. And you can have that. You can have a teaspoon of that in some warm water. And I'll put all the instructions and ingredients in the link so that you can read it and you can start having yours. And I try to have it every morning. And what I do is I have a teaspoon of the turmeric. I have some black pepper. I add some dashes of black pepper. If you have ginger, you can grind it and put it in there and grate it and do all of that. But you don't have to use it. You can. Some unrefined coconut oil, all right, of organic coconut oil, unrefined coconut oil, and add it, just a teaspoon. You can add it in there and drink it warm. And if you don't like the taste, you can always add some honey. If you're vegan and you don't use honey, you can put it in your orange juice. If you can tolerate, and drink it the way it is in its regular form without any honey, or you can do that. You can also take the turmeric and you can add it to your smoothie. You can put it in a smoothie. You could put it in now for me, I like to have the coconut water with blueberries. I love blueberries. You can put it in there, and you can add some turmeric with a little bit of black pepper in there. Or you can just put it in a glass of orange juice. It will leave the little sediment below. It will leave that. You want to try to blend it up as much as possible to get the mixture and just drink it all the way down. Drink it, the whole thing. If you get all the residue at the bottom, you drink it. But I want you guys to stay healthy. Remember that this year, it's not about, being perfect, guys. It's not about that. What it is about is what you can do with what you know. And so knowledge without action is useless, right? And so, but if you could take the knowledge, the information that's being given to you and apply it, it will benefit you. And so the choice is up to you, whether you use it or not. That will be your choice. But I do hope that for this year, we work on being better, right? We work on trying to do what we need to do for being healthier, right? And myself included, being healthier, doing the things that we need to do, and being more present, right? That's important. Being more present, staying connected, right? Connected with source, connected with your family, connected with the things and the people that matter. That's what's important. Okay. And so I also wanted to mention to you, if you haven't checked out my in the link, I will notice that I also have on Amazon, I have the Intentional Living Self-Care Journal that I created. And that is on Amazon, as well as my book. It's still on Amazon, Transcendence. Okay. So A Woman's Guide to Healing and Self-Love for Better Health, Happiness, and Abundance. It's still there on Amazon for you. And having those together, I think will really help you. Just wanted to put that out there. But I'm going to wrap up. That's all I have for you today. I thank you so much. Stay present, stay in alignment, right? And stay in a state of flow, right? Feeling love overflow within, right? Stay in that state of flow, loving yourself, accepting yourself 100% unconditionally without the illusion of perfection. All right. Have a great evening, great day, great evening, great night, whatever it is. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for listening to Health Coach for Women with your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to rate, subscribe, and review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate that effort. Until next time.